Hey guys and gals, Demox7643. So, Desk Q over on the Rebel server asked me, hey, does that counter work up against First Order officer teams? And the answer is yes. You still stun Hux right away. You run Lightning with DR. That puts up Shock. Then you pass to GBA. You cleanse off the buffs. Then you put Fear on Lobster Trooper so he doesn't cleanse the shocks right away, because he will. And then Fracture Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And that is really all you need to do. Just go ham on him like crazy afterwards, because his ultimate meter, it's kind of a bummer, but you need to make sure that he doesn't get to take his extra turn, because once he does his AoE and drains mastery and gets all those critical hits, that ultimate is coming. So you got to make sure that you deal with him right away. However, it is pretty easy to do, as you'll see here. This is Fred's squad here, and he is modded exceptionally well. And it just doesn't matter. You can get through him, and, you know, Thrawn's going to take his turn here, and he's going to start gaining turn meter, but, you know, 2 moves later, Supreme Leader Kylo's dead. All you have left is Kylo Ren on mass, and of course, with Shock on him, that lasts a long time, you're going to be just fine and killing him, no big deal. So, it works with the crew variant. Desk Q had asked about the First Order Stormtrooper variant to this team, and I did have one of those on the Shard too, so I wanted to show you guys that it works the same. Now, this one does not have his ultimate, but as you can see from that example there, they never get to it, because it's the exact same move order. You kill both the teams the exact same way. So it really doesn't matter if they use one or the other. If it's a single tank with First Order Officer and Lobster, this is going to work just fine. So again, you stun Hux. And then you are going to get your Brute taken care of, and it's not cool, and then you Lightning. And then once you're done Lightninging, then you can immediately pass to GBA to cleanse the taunt. And all the rest of the buffs for that matter. And then you can Fear Lobster Trooper so he doesn't cleanse the shocks. And then you Fracture Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And just go ham on him. Again, same bat time, same bat channel. Just continue the process of pounding the heck out of this guy into submission. Get the Brood out there again for a little bit of extra DPS. And don't be afraid to AoE here, because there's no Malik out there. You don't need to worry about it. Basically, just keep hammering on him until he's dead. And when he comes out, again, you'll see he's deep into the red before he gets a turn here. Thrawn's going to go, and then he'll start gaining turn meter again. But just a couple of hits later, he'll fall over, and all you're left is First Order Stormtrooper, who is quite easy to dispatch. Far easier than even crew is, so it's a simple matter. And, you know, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, he's fantastic. And I did want to touch on the fact that if you mod Kylo Ren Unmasked, he's incredible for a GAC backwall type character. Because if they're not prepared, if they don't have like a JTR left over with the locked healing immunity, or, you know, a team with a lot of healing immunity for that matter, or Shock, like a Nuke Dooku team or something, it's very difficult to take him out. You're going to have to use a more powerful team in order to take him out. I mean, even teams like Rebels will struggle and just stonewall into this guy. And it has to do with just how his leadership and his unique work together. I mean, his leadership says if he takes any status effect whatsoever, he gains 5% health and 5% protection. And so that in and of itself is pretty strong. But on top of it, anytime that he takes damage, he gains 8% health. 8% health. And also, he's going to grant advantage to a random First Order ally. So if he's the only one that's there, it's crazy. Plus, you can see there, look at 35,000 healed on his special on a stunned enemy because of the double damage, and 31% health steal. So, and he didn't even critically hit. This, if you're wondering what this battle is it is the very last, this is the blue relic material battle, the very last one in Cantina. And he's just insane. You see that? He's got like 8,000 health, and then 5,000 health, and then 2,000 protection that he's gaining every time that he's shot. And that's not, you know, applying any bad effects to him either. but it's just because he's gaining, you know, that lovely 5% because of advantage, because he's getting hit. Because he gains advantage when he takes damage, he's going to grant advantage to a random first order ally, which heals him. And then there, you see that when he critically hits on that on a stunned hit, that's almost 70,000 health that he's healing there. So, I mean, just a massive amount of health healed both on his turn and when he's countering also. And he takes damage, he gains the buff. That, I mean, look at that. I mean, just an incredible stack of healing numbers that are coming up everywhere. And until you start having, you know, just a massive amount of opponents that are pounding on this guy, it just takes a ton to get through him, especially with all these characters that seem to apply a debuff with their attacks. You know, whether it's a damage over time or, you know, something of that nature. But I mean, like a Vader, he'll just laugh at him. I mean, it blows my mind. If Vader lays 4 debuffs on the guy, I mean, that's going to be 20% health and protection that he's gaining back. It's crazy. So, you really do need to plan to take out a Relic 7 that's modded properly. Once, you know, they have the big 6E health mods and they're over 100,000 health, it's very difficult to take down, because even a single turn healing immunity, a lot of times he'll just, you know, war right through it. It's no big deal. He's going to counter, and if he critically hits, he's going to gain 20% turn meter. So, because of the leadership, so he's just really, really, really tricky to take down. He can shrug off debuffs really quickly. So, I mean, the 2-turn healing immunities, those are going to help you a great deal. The shocks, if you have Basilisk Fallen in the party, so that Corrupted Battle Meditation hits. I mean, look at that. That's a single hit from Kylo. Look at all that healing that's happening there. And that's just the hit, because now he's going to counter it. So, I mean, just an unbelievable amount that this guy can heal. He's a very, very strong player, without question. So, anyway, he's a really, really good character, and I would highly urge any of you guys and gals that do not have him to endeavor to try to get one, because he's like a Nest, where he's just very special. He's one of those characters, not that's going to necessarily get you a bunch of wins on offense, because he's got the one move that hurts. That's it. And it has to be on a stunned opponent. The rest of the time he hits just like a tank normally would. But he is so incredibly durable, and also the fact that he is one of the very few ways that you can take care of a messed up attempt on Sith Empire. He does a number tanking Malak, because the drain tickles him. It barely does anything to him, because of his resistance to percent damage effects, on top of all of this crazy healing that he has with both protection and health. And it's just because the leadership heals 5% for each status effect, whether positive or negative, for both protection and health. And then anytime that he takes damage, he's healing 8% of his health pool every time. Doesn't matter what source. And if it's a damage over time, that counts as a source. So it's really ridiculous, some of the healing that this guy can get. So he is a timeout threat in that back row. If you can drain out like a JTR, let's say you have a bounty hunter with Nest up front, where they're going to want to use their JTR to try to clear you out, and then you surprise them with one of these guys in the back, if they don't have something prepared for them, you're going to surprise a lot of people with 6E health mods on this guy. It's going to be very, very difficult to defeat him. So anyway, I really appreciate all y'all. Thanks a lot for watching. The likes and the subscribes are always appreciated, but you don't have to if you don't want to get bothered by me. Like I said before, I'd much rather hear in the comments than get a liked video, just to make sure that I'm helping people out. So I guess one last PSA. People are still logging into my account now. I mean, it happened again the other night, so I changed my name to that. So if you're looking up my GAC history or whatever, that's still me. I just changed my name on purpose to make sure that people would leave me alone, because I can't have Gear 13 finishers being used on characters like JTR that I don't really care about at all. I mean, I would never have done this. I would never have done this. There's just no way. But unfortunately, it is what it is. They found some way to get at my account, and Lucifer's daddy isn't doing anything about it. He's had over a week, and I still haven't even gotten a single response. I've pinged him 3 times now, so not much I can do except hope. That's really it. I changed all my Google passwords. I have 2-factor authentication on my Google account, but it doesn't matter. I mean, somehow my ID is exposed, or they guessed correctly and just got at my ID for their emulator. I'm not sure how it worked, but I'm very careful to not expose that in my videos ever. I don't know how the heck it happened, but what do you do? I don't know, maybe if you guys look on my channel, maybe there is a video that has exposed my ID somewhere that I'm not aware of, and if that's the case, let me know, because I'll take it down so that this never happens to me again. So, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and until the next video, Denny out.